This is NFL Straya. I am your co-host, Jaymz Clements. I'm a guy. I don't know, you can see me on NBA Straya. Jim does Supercoach. Just FYI, we're going to talk about NFL Supercoach later. Going to take a victory lap. Feeling pretty good about things. But either way.
Oh, that's the Supercoach section, not the tipping section, right?
Yeah. We
Well,
can't all be
sure.
perfect. I'm just saying. Yeah. I do try. At least I'm handsome. On the other side of this here screen is a bloke whose team, his quarterback might not throw more than 6-yard outs at any time. They're clearly going back-to-back. Don't worry about that. It's sometimes singing in a band called The Ramshack Alarmy. He is my mate. He's your mate. I hung out with his fiddle player on the weekend. It's Gaz. Gaz, what's going on?
It was a big weekend, Jim. Like I'll start with Friday night because I fucking Geelong's in the grand final, Jim. Has a good start to my weekend. And then we had NBL season, one of your teams. We started the NBL season, and we happened to have a box this year. So not me and you, but I might invite you into my box, Jim. For Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, day got up. We then saw a lot of sad Collingwood fans, and then we had some of the most ridiculous fucking football on Monday morning that I've seen in a very long time. So it's been a great weekend for sport.
It really has.
Can't really complain.
I went and saw Frenzell on Friday night after watching the footy, feeling pretty good about things.
Man's Not a Camel 25th birthday or something?
Yeah, it's weird because I've seen 2 shows of the same tour like almost a year apart. It's crazy. But, and then the kids were shipped off away for the weekend. So went down down the Ninch, Peninsula Hot Springs. I'm very relaxed. Had no kids for like 3 days. It was absolutely unreal. I can see all the appeal of it basically for all you out there without the squids running around, punching on left, right, and centre. Anyway, this is NFL Straya's Week 3 wrap, Week 4 preview show. This was a chaos week. I can't wait to dig into it, but we're going to wrap it all up. We've got some year-nahs, we've got the weekly awards, we've got fantasy and Supercoach, and we've got the Week 4 picks. You are crushing me on the picks. We'll get to that. But otherwise, there's so much to dig into. So let's get into it. This is episode 129 of NFL Straya. Let's go! I'm the coach of the Tennessee Titans, and you're listening to NFL Straya. All right, guys. I'll tell you what. I feel like our coaches are a little bit too smart sometimes, and then your man Callahan just comes along and just does some really dumb stuff. And it's just, I love it. Anyway, what a week. What a weekend it was. All hell broke loose week, chaos week, Indy actually punted week. And then it also, there was a penalty flag on that punt as well. I'm like, it's coming back. Anyway, kicker week. Big week for the kickers. Like, absolute chaos.
Not in a good way, often.
Well, I think we had 5 Sunday games decided by the kicker or the kicker having his kick blocked, which is pretty crazy. And 7 of those games on Sunday were decided within the last 3 minutes, which I think is basically with a lead-changing score or a winning score scored, which is like
crazy,
a record. So it was gnarly. Upset week, you could call it as well, because the Packers looked unbeatable, and then they lose to the Browns and Joe Flacco. The Panthers smashed it. Atlanta got shut out, Gaz. What the hell? Basically, my notes are a bunch of these games like WTF for like just screaming at that team. Even the Bears over Dallas, like that was like still an upset.
I'm not disappointed with that, Jim. I mentioned, a good week for sport. That definitely ranked up there.
Yep, Eagles Rams. That was a classic end. We had backup QBs everywhere. The battle of the backups was pretty horrible in Cincy, Minnesota. But anyway, I don't know. In terms of news, like week 3 is always the one where we sort of come into it. It's like it's always super dangerous. Like we know what we know, but we don't know what we don't know, and what we know might be wrong. And I tell you what, I copped the booting on some of the picks. So To the point where I think we bang all of our picks into our dabble each week, right?
Yeah.
And they're mine, so they're all against the spread. Last week, I think we smashed it like 10 of 15. Crushed it. This week, it was like 6. Like, it was...
Should have gone with mine, Jim.
It was a bloodbath. Anyway, so that wasn't great. But I think week 3, as we always... what do we say here in NFL Australia? The first 4 weeks of the season is now the preseason, and this is where all the injuries happen, and it's just getting... worse. Like, you thought it was bad already. Like, Jaden Daniels sat out this week, which is smart.
Yep.
Because, like, I don't know, I had vibes.
Worked anyway.
It did. Mariota was fantastic. But I just had so many RG3 vibes about, he's dealing with a knee issue, but he might try to play. I'm like, don't do that. What? Remember the last time you had a good QB and you did that? It's horrible.
And now we have to watch him commentate. So, please save us the world.
I don't know if Jaden Daniels would be as interesting as RG3, but also still strange around women. RG3, like his wife thing, that's a whole mess. And Jaden Daniels is only now allowed to see girls according to his mum. So strange situation. But really, the injuries are the big ones this week, right? Like CD Lamb, IR, essentially, they haven't confirmed it yet because it's 3 to 4 weeks apparently with a high ankle sprain. As well as
they're going to reassess in 7 to 14 days, Jim.
I love that. Their right guard is also out as well, 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Tyler Booker, he was their draft pick, right? First rounder.
Yep.
And you've also already lost a center there in Dallas. So I think you're down 3 starters on offense.
And you've got a wide receiver 2 who's lost his marbles.
Tracks. James Conner is out for the season with a foot injury. It was initially reported as an ankle. Now it's a foot, and it sounded horrible and it looked horrible. And one of those ones where, like, when both teams like on their knees,
going oofed,
it's just not good. Just not good. Nick Bosa has done his knee. That's an ACL. Out for the season. Najee Harris, crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, has also hurt his knee. I don't think we've got an official diagnosis on that yet, though, for the minute. So there's some big names there, Gaz. How are we feeling about it all?
Well, can we just get a live update on, are we in the injury-riddled Niners season, or are we in the go really far in the championship season? Because we've already lost Purdy. We've got, like, at this stage, it's going to be McCaffrey just on both sides of the football. Yep. And just give me it. Just give me it and I'll go for it. No, but that sucks for the defense to lose Bosa for the year. CD, that's very, very necessary for this Cowboys team who can't stop anything. So need to be putting up points, and CD's been a bright spot for Dak. And it's hairy for some teams who are already at the pivotal part of their season.
So the Najee Harris one is actually now confirmed. It's an Achilles tear, so he's done for the season. Jesus.
Wow. There you go.
That dude can't take a break. I mean, maybe he won't spend as much time around fireworks this time. Like, bung Achilles. I'm dealing with that myself.
Probably
not torn though, which is good, but still. And the other one of my favorite ones as well was that I love a good scapegoat firing. Right, this week we thought it might be DJ Mikey McD down there in Miami. But his team was actually solid. We'll get to that in 1 second.
Yeah.
But the Falcons were so bad this week, they fired their wide receivers coach. Like, that is we need to fire somebody. Like, that was so bad. We're firing, and they're just like going, eeny, meeny, miny, you. Right? Just gone. Pack her up, boys. I need to something needs to happen. Like, Drake London might have just, like, choked this dude out, right? Like, I don't know. It was horrible.
All right, so we've lost. We need a sacrificial lamb. Day after, last coach in, first coached out.
Love that.
Right?
Offensive passing game coordinator TJ Yates takes over Ike Elliott's. That's a blast from the past. Don't mind that. TJ Yates, one of the great backup QBs. But anyway, that's Ike Elliott done in Atlanta, apparently. Anyway, really, there's not a giant amount sort of other big picture news apart from the fact that I think 0-3 is obviously your playoff death sentence.
Yep.
And we had a couple of big teams sort of avoid that this week. So should we just get to the game wraps and talk about
get through it, Jim.
some games? All right. Game wraps. Week 4, what a week it was. Cast your mind back to Friday morning. I was absolutely flying for Friday, feeling good about this one. And James Cook, discovering a couple of TDs or something, and had a couple of large wagers on Cook. And then, of course, Miami showed up. What the hell, man? Like, seriously? Like, the one... Brutal. Like, the Pats ran all over them the week prior. You're thinking Buffalo are going to kill them. I had a couple of, other wagers on some alternate lines. So they end up winning this one 31-21, but this was, tied at half. It looked really tight. Buffalo couldn't really eke out much at all. And then they sort of just hold on. But they still did. I think Cook still topped 100 yards, right? And the touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was kind of like everything they were doing is a little bit more difficult than they probably thought. Like, it was actually a surprisingly good game.
I didn't expect much of it. I'm not going to be lying. Yeah, it's... James Cook's the guy. Josh Allen's the guy. These guys are going to run away with it because this is the Bills' year, right? Yeah. And Tua's... this team's falling apart around McDaniel, and all of a sudden it was not that way. So,
yeah, Allen was still good. He still had 3 touchdowns or whatever, but it wasn't the dominant run everywhere, crush him into the ground kind of vibe that you thought it might have been. Yeah. The defense was fine. It was kind of weird. Good job, Miami. I think you saved DJ Mikey McDee's job for a week.
For a couple of weeks.
Because this was going to be the week, right? Like, they had the mini bye because you're playing the Thursday night. If you just stink it up, Miami just go, right, 2 in the back of the head, off you go, see you later. But there you go. Buffalo, get it done. They rule. They look awesome. They're going to be so dangerous this week as well, coming off that mini bye.
Yep.
Anyway, get to Sunday night, our morning. A lot easier waking up at 3 a.m. when you don't have the 2 squids.
Oh, she's not happy with this next game, Jim.
A lot easier when you don't have the 2 squids, also waking up around and just being a pain. Just being a pain. I'm posted up, hanging out on the iPad, having a great time. Red zone on one thing, watching the Pats Steelers game on the other, and then just going getting angrier and angrier and angrier at the bloody Pats game. While Red Zone was just delivering thrills after thrills. It was awesome. So let's start with Raiders Washington, because it's kind of there's a couple of shitty games in there too. Washington kicked the fuck out of them. Mariota was awesome, 41-24. Raiders just looked off their feet. Geno was solid. He still put up great fantasy numbers-ish. But it was more just because Washington put the Q in the rack. They didn't give a fuck. They'd killed him. It was all over.
It was... when you picks last week, we kind of said, well, it depends if Jaden Daniels, because we've seen Mariota and he's passable, but you don't know how much is Jaden Daniels, and they just didn't have to fucking do much, right?
Yeah, Bill Krosky-Merritt got in for the tutty, didn't do too much either, and you're trying to I think the big one for me was watching this offense and how they sort of replace Austin Eckler, right? They had Jeremy McNichols out there for a shit ton. Yeah. Who ripped off one big long run. And outside of that, it was just kind of a little bit of everything. Rodriguez got out there as well. Bill got out there. But they really it felt like they were using it they got Terry going, he had a couple of big catches.
Yep.
But everything was sort of spread out. They just kicked the shit out of him. So the Raiders never really got too much going. But the big one, I guess, for the Raiders is Trey Tucker had all 3 of their touchdowns.
Yep.
It was great. So Geno's just bang. Lasers.
I mean, the defense from Washington stood up this week too. So Bobby Wagner had a fucking cracking game. Couple of sacks, tackle for loss. Yeah. QB hits. They ended up with 5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 8 QB hits, and a defensive touchdown. Right. So
killed him. Anyway, good job, commies. Another smashing. We'll just jump to a different one here. Carolina, Atlanta, 30-0.
Mate, I was just watching this on Red Zone because it was the same time as the Eagles game, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? This is Michael Penix, who had, let's be honest, the worst attempted tackle of all time. I don't know what the fuck that was. Trying to save the return there after a turnover, but that was a stinker. Like, I don't know what to make of it. When Kirk Cousins gets put back in, you're like, all right, you've got a problem now.
Yeah, the Cousins appearance was a bit of a shocker. It's also very funny. Because it's like, is this you just like taking the old car out for a spin so you can show it off to sell it to somebody? I just want to know.
100%.
But Carolina, like Bryce Young, he's just a boy. He's so small, but they didn't really need him to do much. Like the defense just fucking clamped the shit out of the Falcons, who just looked wildly inept after looking really decent for 2 weeks. And like they ran in a couple of touchdowns when they basically took their chances. Like that's all this game was. There's a shit ton of field goals. They had 30-0. I think it was 3 field goals and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And like that's just kind of it. And Atlanta just were wildly inept and made me angry.
None of the stats jump out at you, Jim, of either team. Like and you think of 30-0. Bryce Young, 121 yards.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so it's got to be a big game on the ground. No, team, 110 yards on the ground. All right, cool. Got to be a lot of defensive play here. Jim, 0 sacks for the Panthers, 2 tackles for loss, 3 passes defensed and a couple of quarterback hits. So they had a defensive touchdown, a couple of rushing touchdowns, and just smothered them. And you just couldn't fucking do anything. So fucking weird, but sure.
Can we keep this in mind then for Atlanta? Because where do the Panthers play?
In Carolina?
Which is, they play in Charlotte, Gary. And it's outside is that stadium. You know where Atlanta seemingly don't like playing. Having played their 2 prior games indoors. They did not look very good in the elements.
Keep in mind. It's only gonna get worse, Jim, because that's how winter works in the American
in the American continent. Good stuff. Anyway, that was horrible. And like I was spewing because Atlanta were one of my favorite sort of like things to wager upon all weekend. They're tied into a bunch of stuff and they just completely no-showed and I've never been angrier. I'll jump to another smashing. Indy, Tennessee was an interesting one. 41-20. The Titans put up not much of a fight. Indy jumped him. Jonathan Taylor looked fucking incredible out of the gate. Danny Dimes didn't have to do too much, and when he did, he was dealing. Like, he had a couple of passes to Pittman and Pierce that were just fucking absolute kissing fingers emoji. And there was, as I said, like, their coach was it Brian Callahan, right? So at halftime, just before halftime, they end up allowing Indy to kick another field goal just because they completely fucked up a 4th down before a timeout that wasn't called by them. They came back out and still hadn't decided and had to burn, and they were just the dumbest, most fucking inept bullshit team you could see. Cam Ward starts off with a pick 6, I think, in this game as well. It was just chaos. And Indy, like, talk about, like, just, I don't know how, like, lucky they are if they're good. Like, it is crazy trying to judge this team. Like, Danny Dimes didn't have to do a giant amount. Taylor has been incredible. His receivers have been super solid. Tyler Warren looks unreal. And they're kind of laughing, right? Like, Tennessee just do a bit shit. So
it's consistent. Danny Dimes, like, not as much on the ground as he had previous games. But Jonathan Taylor, over 100 again. I think he's still leading the league in rushing. And just solid and consistent. And Shane Steichen might have found his diamond in the rough, Jim.
They were rolling out backup running backs in Tennessee. Then I'm like, I've literally never heard this dude's name before. It was like Julius Chestnut. I'm like, that's a
fucking cranking name.
Awesome name. And he's a fucking behemoth. I'm like, that is not a man whose name is Julius Chestnut, or is it completely a dude named Julius Chestnut? Because you do not fuck with a dude named Julius Chestnut, I think, in either way. Just want to know if he's related to Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. Hot dog fiend.
Hot dog legend. Anyway, this was like India 3-0. They look incredible. They punted, as I mentioned, and there was a flag on that play, which is crazy. I'm like, it's coming back. No, it was against them. So crazy stuff, though. Indy looked incredible. Tennessee just 0-3. Like, first coach fired, ? Just, they look shit. I don't know. It feels like there's zero purpose on that team. Anyway, another smashing. Cincy, Minnesota, 48-10. This was...
Fuck, Jim, you're jumping around. You're jumping around the order here. It's killing me.
I'm just trying to smash out the smashings, right? Like the
okay, right. Here we go.
The smashings are all just like, I want to get them out of the road because they all fucking sucked, right? This was embarrassing for Cincy. And I think the biggest thing that we talked about the other day, so we both picked Cincy because you're like, well, Jake Browning, when he was out there last time, he was passable.
They were talking him up all this week. They're like, oh, look what he did. And he's coming back. Minnesota should have never cut me. I'm fucking coming back to make you pay. And it's against Carson Wentz. And he's started 6 fucking games for 6 teams over 6 years. This could only go one way, Jim. Surely. Nope.
And Jake Browning basically just decided to go full Jake Browning like he did the week prior, where he was throwing 3 interceptions in very rapid succession. He threw 2 this time. Looked horrible. Jamar Chase is just like, what the fuck am I doing here? This is horrible. Like, he's just overthrowing T. Higgins in like the end zone and shit like this.
Yeah.
It was just a shit show. Meanwhile, Isaiah Rodgers has like the best day ever for a Vikings defensive player, which was insane. And the game was like over before you could blink. It was 34-3 at the half, and you're like, oh, well, that's just done. Like, shit. Even Carson Wentz can't fuck this up, right? And
yeah,
he couldn't. 48-10, they win it. So there's like the consolation prize, fucking last second touchdown for the Bengals at the end, but otherwise, we're gonna talk with them again a little bit later. Like, but they got to do something. This is like 1 week. I get it. You don't want to overreact too much to Jake Browning, considering he's got like a track record of being solid. But that was so crazy. I do want to posit to you though, Gary. Was the trap? So I talked about like Indy, Tennessee being a trap game for Indy, and Tennessee then just kind of just shitting down their leg. We both picked Cincy in this, but I think we clearly missed the forest for the trees. I like the best unit in this game was always clearly going to be fucking Minnesota's defense, right? It's been awesome all season. Cincinnati's defense is horrible. Jordan Mason was just going into the end zone untouched. Like, it was chaos how easy that shit was. And the defense was just fucking toying with Jake Browning, it felt like at times. So I think we missed a trick there and we might have fucked it. But it felt like Cincy just did such a good PR job on everybody that we didn't even realize it. You know?
I go, look at all those weapons. Surely Browning just has to put up jump balls, surely, right? And there's the whole narrative about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. They want to play up on each other because they're old teammates, and this is gonna be awesome. And blah, blah, blah. And then Carson Wentz. Oh my God! Like, is JJ? Have you got a nah about JJ not coming back and Carson Wentz leading the team to the playoffs?
I don't, but I do. Like, I did have. It was like it's an Outback Takehouse theory as well that I'm sort of. It's percolating, shall we say.
I'll bust out the Eagles 2018 Wentz jersey if I represent them.
But anyway. Wentz wasn't bad. 2 touchdowns, 173 yards. It was fine. He didn't sub or anything. But as you said, he became the first ever player to start for 6 different teams in 6 straight years, which is crazy. Good name. Green Bay, 10. The Cleveland Browns, 13. Gary, what the absolute F was going on there? This game was stupid. It never felt like Green Bay were going to lose it. Then you turn around and they're busy losing it. They just, I don't know what was going on at the end of this game. It was like penalty after penalty after penalty. It was like a 3rd down penalty. 3rd down penalty. We're just going back to first. It was absolutely insane. And Green Bay are just like, if I was a Green Bay fan watching that game, I would have felt just so fucking angry. But there was also just some dumb shit that they were doing. And so they completely fucked themselves. They lose this game. All 13 of the Browns' points come in the 4th quarter. Flacco is the hero here. They just couldn't do anything. This defense of the Browns is awesome. Quinton Judkins had 94 yards and a touchdown. They were just bloody solid. It's crazy.
I think we discussed this last week when we were doing our picks. It was an 8.5 point difference. And we said then, I'm really struggling to pick this because, look, the offense has looked awesome they've just looked solid all around. And we don't think that the offense for the Browns is going to be able to do fucking much. But this defense may be able to just fucking grind it out and keep it close. But fuck, they did more than that. Like, I just assumed that I had, the old red zone on one screen and fucking Eagles on the other kind of thing. And I just expected to see a bunch more of this game. And it was just kind of, there was nothing there. And you just get a cut through and a score tracker. And I'm like, 3-0 at halftime? Like, come on, guys. And then it gets a 10-0. And I'm like, all right, they're just kind of chipping away.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
that's how much analysis you're getting. But this,
Google chipping in, giving me
they'd cut in every so often on red zone to this game. And it was usually because Jordan Love had just been sacked.
Yeah.
Or Josh Jacobs had been pushed back and then boom, like it was just all over the shop. But I just can't believe how inept they were on defense towards the back end of this game. Whereas Cleveland, the 5 sacks, pretty crazy, right? Like Jordan Love just couldn't get too much going. Jacobs could literally do nothing. I think so. It was like 16 carries for 30 yards, like just nothing going. And it just sort of like ground to a halt. And this is the thing, I guess, like week 3, these are the learning steps that we have. And it's just like, I think Cleveland's defense is going to keep them in all of their fucking games now, right?
But that's what we've said for years, Jim, right? And then they go and invest in just stupid shit like Watson at quarterback and carve off Mayfield rather than just making solid decisions and building an offense around people,
Just imagine if they had Baker now. Imagine. What a world. This game sucked. New England 14, Pittsburgh 21.
This is one of those picks I got on you, Jim.
Yeah, so now I've got a few thoughts about this game. Mostly positive. Because the Pats should have kicked the flying fuck out of the Steelers, Gary. We had 5 turnovers in this game. You don't win games of football in the National Football League. One of my favorite tropes is like dumb people saying the National Football League just to give their brains enough time to catch up to what they're about to say next. 5 turnovers is fucking stupid. Like it's 5 possessions that are just gone. 2 of them literally on the fucking goal line. So this should have been another 2 touchdowns to the Pats. Apart from the dumbest fucking fumbles you could ever imagine in this time. The Ramondre one literally as he's crossing the goal line. And it just, it was infuriating to watch because I think the defense was solid. Demario Douglas has the end of the game, which I'll talk about later, but fucking that was dumb as shit. And there was a couple of these moments throughout this game where you're like, this is just a bit of dumb shit that you keep doing. Can you stop doing the dumb shit and you're going to win the game? And they'd have these stretches where they stop doing the dumb shit and it looks like they're about to win the game, and then they'd fucking fumble in the red zone or at the goal line. And you just want to fucking punch yourself in the eye a couple of times because they should have won this game. And like that's why I'm not wildly upset about it, even though I might sound like I am. Because like they sort of kept Rodgers contained-ish. Drake May was solid-ish. He had some insanely good throws. He also had a horrible fucking interception. And like the fumble that he had was brutal. The Gibson fumble was brutal. The 2 Ramondre fumbles are fucking just stupid. And you're like, what are we doing here? So game sucked. Fuck that. Amazing uniform matchup though with the Reds for the Pats. Love that. But yes, you can't win games when you turn the ball over 5 fucking times, Gary.
No, but this is for the Steelers' point. Rodgers is kind of, I don't know. I left him. I started him this week because I just didn't trust the illusion that was Rusty's. I've got Rusty and Aaron Rodgers in my very aging dynasty.
I was going to say your dynasty league from 2016, apparently. So,
yeah. Oh well, Lamar's my starting quarterback, but it's a super flex QB league, and Aaron, I just like, you know what? I'm going to put you in for your 15 points because I don't trust what Rusty did last week, and that was proven correctly. But Aaron's now at this point of he's got DK, he's got Jonnu Smith, and yet he's still, 140 yards seems to be about what I'm going to expect from him every week. Got his 2 touchdowns, still got an interception, but that's it. And you're wondering what's going on with this Pittsburgh Steelers rushing attack. They need more out of that for them to really do anything this year.
Well, they had a couple of moments. Like Jaylen Warren would just have. It felt like he only ends up with 47 yards, but it felt like when they needed 6, he got them 6 or 7, and you're like, oh, it's not good. If your defense is decent, if they need 6, you give them 3, and that's it. But anyway, Pats, look, learning moment. I think they'll be better for it, but they should have won this game. 5 turnovers, 2 that should have been touchdowns. What are you doing? You're going to lose that game. Righto, Rams 26, Philly 33. Seat of your pants shit the entire game. This was awesome.
This was dumb as fuck.
Stupid as fuck. I didn't even message you after the first dumb as fuck moment. I messaged you after this game finished because I knew that I would get blamed if they lost. Probably.
Okay. So look, I'd already spoken about about our concerns and the whole fan base's concerns. The Patullo wasn't really doing much with all these weapons. The offensive coordinator calling plays. First year, only his 3rd game calling plays in the NFL, the National Football League, Jim. But this game just started stagnant as fuck. The Rams are pretty good on defense. Jared Verse, not too fucking bad. Their hatred of the Eagles is noted. Their last 3 losses have all come from the Eagles. And so this was going to be a lot of passion because they believe they were 1 step away from winning a Super Bowl. And this needed to come out and show some strength, and everyone's just teeing off on Saquon. And we did nothing to get the ball to AJ and Smitty. So, Jim, the only thing that kept us in this game was Vic Fangio's defense holding them to field goals. It was just field goal after field goal after field goal. And at halftime, it was, 19-7. And then we're like, all right, something's going to happen at halftime, and we're going to adjust. And then we're going to come out and we're going to throw the ball, Jim. But what had happened is Lane Johnson had gone down, and we brought in Matt Pryor, who was fucking terrible. And first drive of the second half, Jared Verse comes around and almost fucking flattens Jalen Hurts. Fumble. Pretty much walked in for a touchdown. All of a sudden, we're down 26-7. The final score was 33-26, Jim. From that point onwards, the Eagles just woke up and the Rams kind of stopped, right? It was very fucking weird. Jalen Hurts went from 35 yards in the whole first half to walking away with 226, 3 touchdowns. AJ Brown had no catches in the first half, 6 for 109. Had some big boy plays where he just fucking took the ball and stomped on dudes. Smitty got catches. Fucking got it with a 33-yard touchdown. You're like, where the fuck has this been through 3 weeks? Hopefully they just woke up. But obviously the player of the game was Jordan Davis, because not only did he break the line and stop a running play on 4th and 1, not only did he somehow big man chase down Matt Stafford for the Eagles' only sack of the game, but jumped the very final play where they were fucking kicking to win the game, 1 point down, Jim, and blocked field goal. He could have jumped on it, Jim. All of the betting people who took the overs who took the line for the Eagles at 3.5 with a point up, and then all of a sudden Jordan Davis, instead of jumping on the ball, picks it up, runs fucking 70 yards in for a touchdown. Eagles cover the spread. Eagles are 3-0. What a fucking weird game.
Yep. It was chaos. 2 block field goals to finish the game is just fucking stupid. What are we doing here? Come on. 2
blocked in a row. Yeah. So the last 4 possessions for the Rams were punt, turnover on downs, block kick.
Crazy.
The other thing that was weird about this game was Cardi has this with the new kickoff rule. Did you see how the Eagles were muffing every kickoff?
His knuckleball,
He's got this weird style where it just fucking, it's like a pointy AFL ball, like where it just hits and skids, and they started most drives behind the 20. Some of them were inside the 10 of a kickoff. It was just weird all around. Puka is just fucking unstoppable.
Yep.
They kept Devontae Adams to they kept him in check. Quignon did, but still got him on Reed Blankenship and 45-yard touchdown. See you later.
So having watched them so closely now as well for that game, it's weird how much they try to force it to Devontae at times as well, right? Though, like, dude, Puka's really good. Like, just it's like Stafford's like, oh, I really need to get this one to Devontae. He's going to make my fucking life a real pain in the ass. And he's just like, no. And it's like, Stafford, you can probably spread this out a little bit. Like, it's like they almost lock into him like too much. It's weird. But anyway, I don't know.
There was also a few sailed passes from Stafford that I'm not used to. I know he definitely looked like he went down and he hurt his back again at some point, and he was like a little bit ginger, not in your way,
racist.
But he definitely sailed a few. There was like one to Higbee that we were like across the end zone. We were like, fuck, where's that going? But
Russell Wilson. Speaking of which, actually, I forgot to mention the interception from Drake May came directly after he fucking wanged his bonce on the ground pretty hardcore, and they never once went, oh, maybe we should check that for a concussion. It's like, not once. It's like, dude, we do everything down to the minuscule bullshit in the NFL, the National Football League. And like something like that happens, and they're like, nah, he's probably fine. What do we fucking do? Anyway, boom, interception. Houston 10, Jacksonville 17. This game was stupid. It was the most AFC South shit you'll ever watch. Two wildly inept QBs trying to like just out-inept each other, it felt like. It was like Brian Thomas Jr. had like one catch where it was awesome, and then the rest of it was just dog shit. Nico Collins, it's like he was the entire Houston offense at times, and then had like this horrible bobble interception late that just basically fucked them. But CJ Stroud, what? I asked this, I think, in the Friday tips video. The fuck is going on, Gary? What it is? It's just I just watching him, you feel bad and sad.
I don't know. Like it's one of the greatest regressions of all time. Like I don't know. It just feels. I don't know where he's gone, basically. And they've like the weapons that the people that they've borne on to, I guess, fill the holes of some injured dudes and some departed dudes have just not stepped up, and it's just expected to be Nico constantly. Obviously, what they've done, the injuries that they've had at running back, definitely not helped. Nick Chubb isn't who he was pre-injury. Meanwhile, the Jags seem to be just doing enough.
Yeah,
like Strange is fine.
Fine-ish.
Etienne's fine. Brian Thomas Jr.'s had this weird like drop. They're just like fucking.
Travis Hunter also just might not be like. It's amazing they traded so much for Travis Hunter, and he's just kind of not that good yet.
Yes, Just he was raw.
He's very fucking like. Dude won the Heisman. Like, what are we doing here? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Trevor Lawrence 20 of 40. CJ Stroud 25 of 38, and it felt way fucking worse. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. The amount of times he was just like running for his fucking life though was crazy, and he had like just so many checkdowns and just fuck. Anyway, just keep this in mind. All AFC South division battles should be just dealt with a grain of salt because it means nothing. Like, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen in these games? This game was also awesome. The Jets 27, Tampa Bay 29. This game was over, and then it was not. What the fuck? Absolutely cooked was the end of this game, right? So the Buccaneers should have lost this, basically, but Baker he's got that dog. Basically, he needs to get punched in the head and then come back and like start kicking ass, right? Like, who was that? Dan Quinn also copped one in the face And then the Commanders were like fucking flying after that. But anyway, blocked field goal. Again, another one. Would have put them up 9 and the game would have basically been done. Jets score, take the lead, and then Baker leads the Bucs back down, kicks the field goal as time expires to win the game. It was absolutely absurd. The game was in the bag. The Jets came from fucking nowhere, nearly win this game. And the Bucs just keep doing this, right? Like every game they play has been fucking insane so far this season. It's been awesome. Tyrod Taylor he was all right. There's a couple of moments early we were like, fucking hell, what's going on? But then he was good. Igbuka's incredible. Otherwise, holy shit, Tampa Bay, what are you doing? 21 points in the fourth quarter for the Jets. It was incredible gear.
But they're 3-0, so, you know.
Who cares, right? Yeah, it was 23-6 all the way through the fourth quarter. And you're like, yeah, pack her up, you're done. And then it's like, touchdown, field goal. It's still a 13-point game. Boom, touchdown. Boom, the returned block field goal for a touchdown to put the Jets ahead. And then Baker leads it. Like, it was like he did it that quickly as well. There was just no time left anyway. So a minute 49 left in the game. He just runs them down. Chase McLaughlin knocks it in, 36-yarder. It's just fucking
never in doubt. Don't know what you're talking about.
Tampa Bay insane. New Orleans got smashed by Seattle. Who fucking cares? 44-13. This game was over. It was over so quickly. They scored. Was it Jackson Smith and Jigba scores a touchdown, and then they scored off the kick return. And like, what the fuck? It was it. And then it never got any easier, and it was all over.
No, but just remind me of this one, Jim. Who did you pick in this game?
Yeah, I initially picked New Orleans, and if you watch the Friday Picks video, I remembered that would be stupid. I'm taking Seattle. So, yeah, went to see. Thank fuck I did, or else I would have been even further behind in the picks. Kenny Walker got in. They just curb stomped him. Like, the Saints were all out. You can't, especially on the road. Just don't take him ever again. Denver Chargers, this game was sick, 20-23. Talk about like just game deciders. This is another one. Dick of the Kicker wins this one for them. Awesome arm wrestle. Felt like Bo Nix was looking, he had some moments where it's like, oh shit, looking good again. And then Juzzy Herbs had a couple of Herbie kind of moments and then was really good too. Like he's finding, like that pass to, was it Keenan Allen? Was absolutely, get out of here. Hit Quentin Johnson a couple of times for some nice ones. Amarian Hampton is alive and well. That was pretty good. The problem is, like, Herbs was just getting fucking obliterated times by that Broncos defense, right? I think, it's pressured 29 times and sacked 5. That is just, someone save my beloved Juzzy Herbs. But anyway, look, this is it. They're 3-0 now, and all 3 of their wins have come against AFC West teams. It's incredible stuff.
Nice one.
So, Denver, they sort of showed me, they're 1-2, but the defense feels like it's just like, oh, wait. No, we are pretty fucking good. The Chargers, though, just might be awesome. Second-year Harbaugh.
Yep.
I keep telling you, second-year Harbaugh. Did you want to say anything about this one?
No. I just love the fact that Keenan Allen's back at home.
This was like such
love it.
This is a perfect late afternoon, early morning game as well. Awesome uniform matchup. AFC West battle. 2 really good young quarterbacks. It was great. Not a great matchup. NFC West battle. Arizona 15, San Francisco 16. Mac Jones special. Yes, mate. Ends up with an Eddie Pinheiro game winner because Arizona can't. Kyler Murray doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. It feels like it most times. Like, all they needed was a first down essentially to win this game, I think, late. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get it. Kyler Murray, very small. Like, the Niners lost, like, their Bosa, Nick Bosa, and just still managed to hold on. It was just all over the shop this game. Great defensive stand to basically force the chance to actually win the game, and San Francisco did. McCaffrey was fucking special in this one too. Felt like every time they needed a couple more yards, it's like, all right, we'll give it to Christian, especially on that field goal attempt, right? It's like, just make it a little bit easier. And it's like, oh shit, it's actually pretty easy now. And then Pinheiro knocks it in, which is pretty ballsy of Kyle Shanahan to be like, great. Another game in the hands of a fucking kicker. Like, after cutting Jake Moody like 2 weeks ago, Eddie Pinheiro's out there going, I got it, boss. She'll be right. And he did. So that was good.
You know who it wasn't right for? Marvin Harrison dropped one of the most wide open catches. That was a guaranteed touchdown, Jim. It was nothing but fresh grass in front of him, between him and the end zone. And it was just, ran through the defense. and the ball went through his hands. It was fucking gross.
He's having a weird year. It was awesome. Week 1, week 2, one of them. And, anyway. Dallas, Chicago, 14-31. The Bears.
Fuck yeah. I might rewatch highlights of this game just to go to sleep. To just put myself to sleep tonight. Just as lullabies.
So angry at myself for not trusting my gut with Chicago on the picks here and went with you with Dallas. Just because the Chicago defense hadn't looked like it was going to ever do much. Right? And then they just sort of did enough. And again, it's very similar to the Minnesota Cincy thing. It's like, well, what's the biggest weakness? And it's like, same as Cincy's defense is so fucking porous that Minnesota killed him. And then if your defense can do anything, you're going to give yourself a chance against Dallas, right? We saw that with the Giants. So that should have been the indicators here that we went, well, Chicago are actually probably better than the Giants and could probably therefore beat Dallas. And that's what they did. Dallas makes everyone look wildly competent because their defense is just that fucking shit out.
So fucking bad. When you're at this point in the season, they voluntarily put Joe Milton in. Yep. Sorry, this is Dak. This is your, he's back from injury now. We've got this all covered. And he was never going to get you into a bunch of shootouts. Losing CD is obviously fucking huge. George Pickens threw a bit of a hissy. I referred to it earlier and threw it hissy on the sideline, smashed his helmet and all that sort of stuff. Just being him. But this defense is fucking gross.
Yep.
They can't stop the run, can't stop the pass. There wasn't a lot of running from Chicago here, but
which was smart,
the
right?
one from DeAndre.
They've got
fucking
Swift
reception
stuff, right?
from DeAndre Swift, right? Carving up the defense, couldn't get a hand on him. Fucking hell, they've got no one. Trayvon Diggs, whoa. I know he slipped down in the play. What was that?
Was that the Adunze one, wasn't it? Yeah. It was the Adunze touchdown. He just sort of slipped and Adunze was fucking gone.
Fucking gone, mate. Yeah. They just seem to have no one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I fucking know.
298 receiving yards. It's not bad. 87 on the ground for Chicago. But Caleb Williams looked incredible again. And talk about just a get right game. Just get Dallas on your schedule. You'll be fine, apparently. That was awesome. 4 touchdowns, 298 yards. Good job, Caleb Williams. That keeps the hounds at bay for a week. Mm-hmm. 1-2 for the Bears. 1-2 for Dallas, which is crazy when you sort of think about it. But
and Dallas have got the Packers coming up, who are going to be angry and kick the shit out of him, and it's going to be fun.
22-9, KC beat the Giants. This game sucked. Is Patrick Mahomes good? Yeah, nah.
Right now, I'm questioning it.
The pass that he missed to Kelsey, that was in, literally, even Chris Collinsworth, who had spent most of the game being weird and saying shit about, hitting up a dude in the B gap. Tell me about it. It's you just always want to be coming in the B gap. Okay, Chris. Okay. And every second thing he's fucking talking about is the pass rush. Because it's just, dude, pass rush. It's not hard. Just, you got to lean on a different enunciation of your pronunciations. But anyway, pass rush. We can't have him do another Giants game because it's their pass rush is really fucking good. We get it. But I don't have to sit through Chris Collinsworth saying pass rush the entire time. It fucking blows my mind. Anyway, the Kelsey miss from Mahomes, even Collinsworth is just oh my God. That's the sort of thing you do in the playground, Mike. And then it's Chris Collinsworth will not even criticize Mahomes missing that fucking throw. What are we doing here at this point? This is insane. You got to be shitting on a dude at some point. Right? That is incredible. Anybody else, you'd be roasting him. But they did just enough, right? KC, the Giants suck. And they couldn't. The Russell Wilson end of this game was amazing. The 4th down, sailing it out of the end zone, nothing funnier. Nothing. Oh, dude.
And that entire sequence. Missing a receiver, felt pressure, threw it out of the end zone, does a fucking QB draw, which gets him 2 yards, and then the final play doink off the crossbar.
Amazing.
What fucking hectic. But also, when you talk about what Patrick Mahomes has got in front of him at the moment, former former New England Patriots star, Tyquan Thornton.
We cut him.
Career yards.
We cut him.
Career yards before this, Jim. New England Patriots in 2022, 247 yards. 2023, 91 yards. 2024, 47 yards. He's become Patrick Mahomes'
favorite weapon.
Favorite target. Like, what is this saying about what is left? You got Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown. These are names. Kareem Hunt used to be a weapon in the passing game. Pacheco used to be a weapon in the passing game. But none of these guys can get it right. And Kelsey is not the weapon that he was. He's lost a step. He's spending more time angry at the coaches on the sidelines. It's weird. It's really fucking weird what's going on with these guys right now. I'm sure they'll be fine.
It's a team that averaged 35 points a game like 2 years ago. Like, it's crazy. Like, Eric Bieniemy, who knew that he was the actual fucking hot sauce there that made this entire thing fucking go? It's crazy to me. But yeah, like, Tyquan Thornton, it's amazing how good he is, though, on these, like, long catches. Like, it's incredible. I'm like, we need, like, someone who can actually do that and fucking hold on to it. We've needed that for years. And apparently it was right under our fucking nose. Anyway, look, Mahomes just looked off, but they did enough, especially in that second half. It was all field goals in the first half, right? And then they sort of just got enough going later. They're like, okay, the Thornton touchdown, awesome. Outside of that, there just wasn't much going on. It was a bit of a boring game, obviously. Scatterboo.
I think I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that Daboll's just going to call out the rest. The rest of the season is just going to be Jackson Dart hands off to Scatterboo and just get it going. Just at least sell season tickets and fucking kill half of your opposition.
Because we've sort of talked about this before, right? Like, it feels like, for the Saints game, you'd bring in Jackson Dart, right? Because they've got the Chargers this week. That's fucking a bit rough. But then they've got the Eagles, the Broncos, and the Eagles again. So it's like, maybe keep Rusty until after that one, and then after the Niners on November 3, and go from there. Anyway, good job, KC. You got your win.
Yeah.
I did put a very large amount of money on KC just winning, flat out. Yeah. Because I'm like, they're not going to start 0-3. What are we doing? And then today, awesome game. Detroit-Baltimore, 38-30. Had game of the year potential for a minute there. And then Detroit were just too fucking good. Which, in Baltimore, it was incredible. And I think this is pretty similar to how Baltimore went last year, remember? Like, the defense took a little while to sort of warm into the season, and then it got dominant. But it felt like early on especially, good teams could put up a fair amount of points on them. That's exactly what's happened through 3 weeks. Like, if you're good, you can score against Baltimore. They can score on you because their offense is pretty good. But if your D can just do a little bit of something, you can get Lamar shook. If Derrick Henry keeps fucking fumbling, who knows what's going to happen, right? Like, 14 and a half. This was a really fun game. Gibbs and Montgomery, the 1-2 punch for the Lions, was really, really solid. 224
yards. I've always had this, I know just always had this philosophy, right? Where if you've got half decent defensive players who learn a lot and practice and work on their schemes and all of that sort of stuff, and you've got a really, really excessively awesome running back, well, then, that whole iron sharpens iron kind of thing, that it should step up your rush defense. But just seeing teams like, I don't know, fucking Baltimore get carved up when you've got like Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson as the 1-2 punch of the speed on the outside and the fucking game breaker up the middle. And then Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs just fucking went off their heads. Yeah. Particularly Montgomery putting up, 151. Granted, one of those was that fucking crazy breakaway.
Oh, it wasn't a touchdown, wasn't it, in the end? Yeah, it was a massive run that sort of he got.
Oh, he drove down. Yeah, someone got the touchdown. Someone caught him from behind. Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but he had some fucking wheels.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns each for them, as well as the 224 yards. They were fucking awesome.
Crazy.
Like, it was crazy. Yeah. Mark Andrews with 2 touchdowns too. But I feel like the biggest thing for me was like Lamar just didn't look quite as crisp and felt like he was under way more pressure than it felt like a lot of the time. 7 sacks.
They sacked him 7 times, and 7 QB hits to go to that. So
whereas Goff, 0 sacks, and just like it felt like he didn't have to do too much, but every time he needed to, like he hit who did he hit for that beautiful Amon-Ra, right? Like for the touchdown, just absolutely pinpoint shit. He was really, really good, like super solid stuff. Lamar was really good as well, but just felt a little bit like the amount of times he would just be losing 10 yards because he got sacked so far behind the line of scrimmage. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And of course, Derrick Henry with another fumble.
Key fumble again.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do some yeah-nahs. Should the Bengals trade for Kirk Cousins, Gaz? Yeah, nah. Nah, because I got a better idea. I'll talk about it in a second.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
And also, doesn't it feel like they're too cheap? Like the Bengals would probably have to eat a little bit of that Kirk Cousins money.
They'd have to eat that contract.
That team is cheap as fuck, so there's no way they're going to pay a shit. Like that's why they keep bringing in, like they've got 8 different types of Mike White behind like Browning at the moment. They got like all the different versions of Mike White, and it's like, dude, just go get Kirk Cousins. He's the Michael Jordan of Mike Whites, right?
He's still going to lose your playoffs, but he's going to put up some pretty numbers getting there.
He might actually get you there. Who knows? The Cowboys defense, is that just fully cooked? Like you got to be fucking happy as Larry.
Mate. And I'm watching all the pundits just talk about how epically bad this defense is, and I'm pretty happy. I'm not going to lie. I didn't even, but it's so bad. It's disappointing now. Like I don't think. It's not even heartbreaking. It's if you go into Cowboys Reddit, they're just very accepting of it and blaming Jerry. Like I think once the Micah thing happened, it crushed this season instantly.
Yep.
And you're like, oh fuck, we're cooked. We've just got no pressure, and they're walking away. They didn't have a sack this game, right? And like Caleb's still adjusting to the speed of the league, so he's gettable.
Yeah, they made Caleb Williams look like Dan Marino. Like that's
Micah Parsons
crazy.
would have had a field day, right?
Yeah. Nice one. I want to do a bit of 3-0 teams. So one of the 3-0 teams win the Soupy? What do you reckon? You got Buffalo, Philly.
Well, you've called Indy, going back to back.
Chargers, Tampa, Niners. Yeah, nah. 3-0.
Nah, not to. I think Indy will drop off. Chargers are a bit spicy. Buffalo, Philly. I mean,
Buffalo,
I think
Philly,
I had Ravens. I had Ravens, Philly as my Super Bowl pick, I think. So at the moment, no one else is standing out from the 2-1s, but it's a long season. I still like where we are. I still knew that there was time for us to wake up, and it's still a very, very talented roster. We've got a long way to stay healthy. Buffalo are always going to be around there. I'm just really super keen to see what second year Harbaugh can do with this.
Well, that leads nicely into are the Chargers legit for real? Yeah, nah. 3-0 against all the other AFC West teams already, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think they are. And that's the quick turnaround has been pretty amazing too.
I mean, this is it. Yeah. Like they were I had 3 teams from the AFC West, and I think in my playoff picks, Chargers is one of them because like Denver, like the sexy pick. Oh, they could do it. I was just so down on KC that I'm like, I think this just becomes a shit show. Where I think I had both Denver and the Chargers maybe on a 10 or 11 wins each, and then KC I think at about 10. So they've looked unreal. Like the defense is just super solid. Beating all your division opponents in the first 3 weeks is awesome. Yeah. So now you just got to keep riding the momentum, right?
100%.
Are Indy the most fraudulent 3-0 team? Yeah, no.
I think they seem to be the luckiest, like hanging on. Nah, I reckon the Niners are, to be fair.
Niners got no one healthy, so I think they might be the most fraudulent now. If you had to pick any of the 3-0 teams right now to play, it's probably the Niners.
Probably the Niners.
That's Mac Jones. I'm not as afraid of him doing Daniel Jones shit as Daniel Jones himself, right? Because he can always just do some Daniel Jones shit. Any of the 0-3 teams making the playoffs, Gaz? Yeah, nah. That's Miami, the Jets, the Giants, Houston, Tennessee, or New Orleans. Can you believe Houston's 0-3?
Nah, I think they're all fucking cooked. There's no one who you've gone, they're just an injury away from being a few, like, you know, or settling down like we have seen previously from, say, from the Bengals or something like that. There's no one here that makes you go, oh, they're getting close.
Yeah. Because like the 1 and 2 teams, it's probably obviously Baltimore. Denver, KC, like all these teams are 1 and 2. There's still a bunch of really good teams 1 and 2. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
0 and 3 is a death sentence. And finally, was that Packers game the weird one? There's always a fucking weird one at the start of the season, right? Where you look back and go, what the fuck was it? Was it last year the Raiders beat Baltimore?
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude, what? In week 2, it might have been week 3 last year. In fact, like I'd have to go back and check, but Jesus, like it's so weird how that operates sometimes, and you just have like one stupid, strange, like
I don't know,
year from hell kind of game. Just weekend from hell, and you're just like, what the fuck happened, man? And you're like, I don't know. And
then we just got to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is. We'll get down to the tips in a second, but we've got the Lions playing the Browns this week with the same line that the Packers had last week, but the Lions lost to the Packers. Does that mean that the Lions will lose
insane.
to the Browns? Fuck. Anyway.
There you go. It was week 2 week 2 last year. The Raiders beat the Ravens 26-23. Absolutely absurd.
Yeah, and was it the year before that out of nowhere the Raiders beat KC? They always used to every so often would have this weird fucking game that they matched up well.
Pats beat the Bengals and cost them basically a playoff seating. So good bloke of the week. Who are we buying a beer this week? Isaiah Rodgers, absolutely everywhere. That dude had himself a day. 2 defensive touchdowns in the first half. First Viking to ever do that. As they pointed out on the broadcast, there's been a couple of good Vikings defensive players over the years, so it's pretty incredible. Did
anyone check if Isaiah Rodgers has a sports bet account?
He's just like, dude, check this out.
Well, I mean, that's why he was suspended. He played well with us last year.
So good, though.
He did say.
Jordan Davis, I love a big fella touchdown.
Man. What a fucking... He just had himself a game. He's been playing better than Jalen Carter this year. Saying it.
It's awesome. He was amazing. Like that, I love a good run. Kickers, as I mentioned, Smizit, Schmidt, kicking the game winner after just shanking a couple prior. Chase O'Loughlin, Dick of the kicker, Eddie Pinheiro, all game winners. Like kickers are people too, right?
Yep.
Sometimes. Jake Bates, he had a kicker tackle today that saved a touchdown, which is pretty incredible.
Unless you're a kicker who plays for the Falcons, apparently. They are not having a good time.
Yeah, they cut Youngway Koo, right? And then
Romo hasn't been.
Yeah, Romo missed 2 this week. Like it's crazy. But I think there might have even been another one that I was sort of thinking about with the kicker stuff. But I think there was a couple of sort of weird shanks all throughout the weekend where you'd have some dude hit a 60-yarder and then miss a 38-yarder. You're like, what the fuck is happening this week? Well, anyway, but we've got a bunch of game winners. We also got a bunch of blocked ones. So it was Cardi for the Rams, right? He got his 2 block kicks.
Yep.
Poor dude. Tough one. That's a bit of an old mate. No, mate. It's like, just kick it higher, bro. But it's like, but have you seen what I've been doing all game? Like, I've helped us get to this point.
Apparently, they were talking about the fact that the Eagles guys scouted him, and that's why the 2 big boys were
in the middle
there, and just went, all right, let's stick Jordan Davis there and just push through the fuckers in front of us.
Love that. Did you have anything else you want to buy a beer?
Yeah, fucking. I've gone blank on his name now. The Jets player who hurdled the fucking defensive line.
That was pretty sick. And at what was it? Denver got called for the push off jumping. What's it called? Leverage. And I'm like, how the fuck is there no leverage on this? Like, what? He just literally...
He apparently just did not touch a single player.
But at the same time, the Bucks, guard just, went straight down. So it was easier to jump. It was crazy. Anyway, old mate, no mates this week. I'll go the Pats quickly. Ramondre Stevenson, bro. Just, fuck. But then at the end of that game, where the Pats are still plenty of time, can actually, just all we have to do is score a touchdown. Demario Douglas. 4th down, catches it. The yard marker is about a yard. The down marker is about a yard in front of him. He takes 2 steps backwards, Gary, into 2 opposition dudes tackling him. It's like, I'm going to make a move. Don't make a move. Just get the fucking down. What are we doing? Oh, my. That's exactly what I screamed at my iPad at a good 6 a.m. in the morning. But it was just go forward. Just fall forward, and the game is still going. Anyway, and Ramondre, the fumbles just fucking break your heart. Trevion Henderson, it's your time to shine. But obviously the old mate no mates this week is Russell Wilson. Like, getting booed out of the gate at your first home game as a Giant QB is pretty... Life comes at you fast kind of moments as well. It's like, oh, it's all feeling pretty good after that Dallas game, but boo, just inept. Malik Neighbors is just going to be like, dude, I'm here. Can I just throw it to me? Like, I'll probably get it. I'm Malik fucking Neighbors, man. So tough one for Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, it's definitely tough for Rusty. The other ones are the articles. Well, Jerry Jones this week for coming out and saying that he still believes the Cowboys are a playoff team. There's that, but there's also the stories coming out about Shooter Sanders during draft time and the fact that he effectively said no to the Ravens who wanted to draft him. You know, team who's got somewhat of a history of developing quarterbacks and making Super Bowls, and said no because he thought that if he went to the Browns, he'd be able to start straight away, and now he's not even taking practice squad snaps. You're like, oh, fuck, dude.
And now they've got to win against Green Bay. Like, that just means they're going to keep playing Flacco until he basically carks it on the field, right? So,
yep.
Yeah. Anyway, Outback Takehouse this week. It is Tuesday at Outback. You know what that means, righto. Found a wombat in the backyard. Got the squids to beat it to death with a shovel. Boom, chucked it in there. Wombat hungry. This week's special, only at Outback. It's a bit gamey. When you chop it up, comes out all out in cubes. It's weird, just like it's poo. If the Bengals went and got Jameis Winston, they would make the AFC playoffs, Gaz. Only at Outback. You can't tell me I'm wrong with this one.
It's the most logical scenario.
Go get Jameis. He'll be cheaper to go and get than Kirk Cousins. Go get Jameis. You owe it to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
I was going to say, the fucking, like...
Go get a gunslinger.
You've just gone and overpaid... fucking... Oh, my God, I've gone blank on the defensive lineman. Hendrickson. For like a 1-year rental. Like, you've just gone and paid him an extra $14 million. Your quarterback goes down. You owe it to the team to, like, go and find someone.
Do it.
You can't afford. You're too tight-ass to go someone big. So, Jameis is sitting there. He's the third stringer.
Just do it.
But just fucking go.
Please do it.
At least make your games interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I guess the other one is sort of cooking the JJ McCarthy one because they're still... I think they're flying him because I think the Vikings have got their next 2 games are overseas. And they're still flying him over there to do his rehab with the team, guys. That sounds like it to me that they're not worried so much about the injury and the rehab as they are him being shit.
Ha!
And like, we need to give you a couple of weeks off. We'll put Carson in. We'll take him, but if the fucking wheels fall off in Ireland, like, we might be turning to you the next week. Just saying, JJ, so you're on the fucking plane.
I don't know. Carson doesn't have a history of wheels falling off.
Not at all disastrously. Fuck me.
No.
Aussie Player Watch, Jordan Mailata still crushing it. Good to see Cam Johnson out there in prime time on Friday as well with Buffalo, doing a pretty good job. Torrey Taylor on kind of prime time as well against Dallas. Didn't have to do too much, but... yeah, Adam Gotts is still out there with Tampa Bay, elevated from the practice squad last week. Can't remember if I mentioned that, but anyway, good times. Captain Fantasy, I got smashed this week. Bit of a rough one. I think you might have won, Gary.
I think I did something real dumb that I wasn't expecting to do.
Nice one. But the team that I drafted for you, I think, not too...
Oh, because AJ went off. That really helped.
Told you I drafted you a great team. Come on, man. Mark Andrews went absolutely ham. What are you talking about?
Yep. That's really what I think got me over the line this week. I was not having a good time and smacked with all you need is love. See you later.
Yeah, I got absolutely demolition-rated in mine. So who got me as well? I can't actually bring it up.
Oh, Jim, I got you this week. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yeah, so you do. 1 and 2 plays 2 and 1. Let's do it. Yeah, I got by Ricky Live's Veggie Patch, so not great. Anyway, Supercoach. Jim does Supercoach is absolutely smashing at the moment. Ranked in the top 1%. Gaz.
Get out.
Ranked 396 overall at the moment out of 31,500 teams. So, yeah, go listen to Jim Does Supercoach because I'm doing all right. Even with a couple of letdowns this week. So I think my trades, I brought in Atlanta's defense thinking they'd fucking kill Carolina. They scored a total of 4 points. It's horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. I also switched out. I didn't know if Jalen Hurts had scored too many with playing against that Rams team and probably shed a little bit of money. So I switched him to Danny Dimes. Dimes was fine, but Hurts was still really good in Supercoach. Yep. That was all good. And I think the other one might have been... I did bring in somebody else, didn't I? It might have been a switch out of... Yeah, I brought in Rome Odunze, who was very solid again in place of Matthew Golden. So, bit of a miss on the Falcons one. A little bit of a Jalen Hurts kind of like, it's fine, but I'll make more coin in the long run, I think, having Danny Dimes and his low break-evens for the next couple of weeks. Yep. This week, surprise twist, Jamar Chase has got to go, I reckon. So, can't hold on to that at that price point. So, go listen to Jim Does Supercoach. We'll have all the videos pop off across NFL Straya as well. Right, week 4 preview after we look at how many picks Jim got wrong last week, and Gaz is now kicking his ass. I believe you beat me by all of them. All four picks we had different last week. So
it was supposed to be 5, Jim, and you threw a change in the last minute.
Well, yeah, I messaged you. What was that, like Saturday maybe? Saturday, I was like, I'd changed a couple of my picks or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, not great. Because I think I did save myself changing from Houston, I think, to Jacksonville, which we talked about. And yeah, the New Orleans one was brutal. But all of our picks are brought to you by Dabble. Of course, go sign up using the link in our show description or on the socials, all that sort of stuff. You can see all the picks we bang in there each week. Last week would have been awesome. We actually throw in some same gamers in there too, so check it out. Sign up using the code NFL Straya. Tell them we sent you. Would appreciate it. Go nuts if that's your thing. If not, it's all good. Friday, we have Seattle at Arizona. We are both going Seattle in this one, Gaz. Cardinals look fine at home. It's all good. They're 1.5 point underdogs, but I just don't trust them as far as I can throw them. Look,
that offense.
Seattle just looks so good.
Trey McBride, I don't know what to make of this offense of Arizona. It's fucking weird.
So Seattle 1.5 point favorites on the road. I don't usually sort of tend to like that with a division game.
Yep.
But I'll stick with Seattle. I think this week they've just looked solid. Arizona, a little bit sketchy. Minnesota, Pittsburgh in Ireland. Oh, Toy. You sure about that? Jesus. Minnesota, you're going there, Gary. Explain yourself.
Oh, I think, based on what we saw this week, I haven't seen the defense of the Steelers be as strong as you had, once you expected them to be. And we got Aaron 150 yards, just do his thing, Rodgers, and a not super strong running game. Whereas I feel like Minnesota's defense, Carson might do just enough. Just don't try and play hero ball because that's where he fucks up constantly. So, I just feel Minnesota's got a bit of a stronger list top to bottom.
So I don't want to fall for this again. Their defense is that fucking good. So, I know that Flores will just revel in wanting to kick the crap out of Aaron Rodgers as well. So I'm going Minnesota as well. We then go Atlanta, 2.5 point underdogs at home to the Washington Commanders. I hate this, but I'm going Atlanta as the home underdog after an ass kicking at the hands of Carolina. If anything's going to light a fire under your ass,
and playing indoors,
back at home, you're under the dome, off you go. Commies, we might get another week of Mariota. We don't know yet, of course. So I'm just going to take Atlanta. I feel a little bit safer with that. You've gone Washington, Gary.
Yeah. Well, I feel Mariota had a good enough command of that offense. See what I did there? I didn't mean it. And I think there's just too much consistent talent once again on that, and some decent coaching on the commies. I think they'll do it. I don't know what to think of Penix. That was fucking horrible. I know he's back at home. I just feel like Washington's more consistent. And if I can't speak. If Daniels comes back, that's just an even better bonus. And I'm sure that line will change quite significantly.
Dan Quinn revenge game as well against his old team. New Orleans Buffalo. We've both gone Buffalo. 15.5-point favourites at home.
That's a lot of points.
You couldn't make this high enough for me. It's like 20. I would have been happy, I think. New Orleans.
I can't imagine that New Orleans will be able to do anything against that Buffalo defense, and nor do I think that they'll be able to stop Cook and I just don't think they'll have a chance. Yep.
I agree with this. I just think the Buffalo game all around 15.5 is a lot, but New Orleans have just shown it's absolutely fucking nothing. So, especially on the road outside, I just can't do it. Detroit footballing Lions, 8.5-point favourites, as you mentioned earlier, against Cleveland. Try and pick this
all
game.
Of a sudden became fucking weird, didn't it? The exact same line as last week with Green Bay.
I'm going to take Cleveland. I hate it, but I'm taking Cleveland. Fuck that. I feel like the Detroit offense is probably more varied, though, than the Green Bay offense, because Green Bay's kind of got this weird battery of receivers. Tucker Kraft was questionable going into that game as well. They didn't really lean on him too much. The Cleveland defense just sort of was able to tee off, as we said, on Jordan Love. If they can do that to Jordan Love, and now they get Jared Goff, I think they can probably keep this one manageable, but I don't know. Detroit's variability, I think, I trusted a little bit more maybe than Green Bay's, but we also saw Green Bay knock the fucking doors off of Detroit in week 1. So I'm going to go Cleveland, hold my nose.
Yep.
This is on the road as well, though.
Detroit, indoors, at home, fucking feeling himself.
You might be getting a message from me on Friday about that one, guys. New England, Carolina. I have to go the Pats in this one, despite Carolina's sort of bounce back massive win last week. -4.5-point favourites are the Pats. I'm still going the Pats. I think
that win is an illusion.
They should have beaten the Steelers.
That fucking game against of the Falcons, and I think New England are stronger than that. So I think New England's got this one covered.
Just don't fucking fumble the ball 47 times, you dickheads. Jesus. Giants hosting the Chargers. Farewell, Russell Wilson. We barely knew thee. I'm going the Chargers.
-5.5 feels low.
I did write this morning, so I'd probably bang on. But the Chargers are pretty good.
The Giants. Brian Burns went down this week. I don't know. I haven't seen what the length of that injury is. But if he's going to be out some time. But either way, the only positive in that entire Giants team is the defensive line and Neighbours, and Scatterbo. But that's for fun more than anything else.
The only one I'd only have a little bit of pause about is the Chargers going west to east. And it's always a little bit fucky for that early game too. And it's just one of those ones you're and the Giants are leading 9-6 against the Chargers. And you're fuck, god damn it.
Yeah.
But I just trust the Chargers more. But this will be a kitchen sink game for the Giants, right? They're fucked otherwise. Tampa Bay, Philly. Oh, how do you feel about this one, Gaz? Tampa Bay have your fucking team's number as well, don't they?
They're a fucking bogey team for us. I don't know. Baker just seems to do his thing. Defensively, they seem to cause a few issues. We took them down last year, but even then it was kind of scrappy. It wasn't where you kind of wanted it to be. And I think we've got to play the hot hand here at the moment. I'm just hoping that that second half woke us up on offense and they let loose and trust Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown a little bit more, and that defense just keeps the clamps on. Clamps.
We want to use these clamps. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. They're at home. I think this will be they're underdogs at home. Fuck yeah. You're
just giving me picks at this stage, right?
Sorry. Tennessee, Houston. This game is horrible. Somehow the Texans are 6.5-point favorites against the Titans. The Titans didn't just show me enough though, so I'm going Houston. Same as you.
I felt really bad picking Houston because they have been a bit gross.
Yeah.
But Tennessee haven't really Cam Ward just still getting his dipping his toe in the water. I just haven't really seen much from Tennessee to make me. That's 6.5 points. Oh, just assume that they win by a touchdown and fucking let's move on with our day.
I just hate every AFC South game. Indy at the Rams. Fascinating game. We've both gone the Rams -3.5. I think I probably trust the Rams defense against most things Indy throw at it, but
yeah,
I don't know. Indy just fucking chaos. So I don't know. This could go either way. I was very tempted to take the points there with Indy, but the Rams were just so good against the fucking Eagles until the very end of the game. Should have won by a lot. Did not. I reckon they can get this done.
Honestly, I think things will go a little bit more LA Rams game plan this time, because what they did was tee off on shutting down Saquon, and they did. He could, nothing more than 2 to 3 yards. And if they play that same strategy against Jonathan Taylor and put it in Danny Dimes' hands, well, that's when things might become a problem. He's not Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown on the outside and Smitty and Goddard and that offensive line. So I reckon Jared Verse might tee off a little bit on Danny Dimes.
I'll pay that. Jacksonville, San Francisco. The Niners are 4.5 point favourites. I've gone Jacksonville, so have you.
Yeah.
I feel like they can cover that. It feels like if San Fran pull this out, it's like another pulled it out of my ass kind of game as they did against Arizona, right? Like a 1 point
extra
win.
Injury on defense with Bosa. Jacksonville are just middle of the road. And then you're giving me 4.5 points as well. Sure.
Yep. Baltimore, KC. This one's a ripper. 2 1-2 teams. KC are 2.5 point underdogs at home against Baltimore. That might have changed after today's game. I might have a quick look. But it is pretty crazy to think that that's where it was even this morning, right? And if it's changed, it's probably, I don't know, warranted. You've gone Baltimore. I'll probably go KC, I reckon, once I check this.
Not really. There's weapon-wise, there's definitely more for Baltimore. I think Baltimore will be pretty pissy after today's result. And, I know it's on the road, but look, KC starting 1-3, that's there's something to do with that. There's something special about that.
Makes sense. I'm still going KC, I believe. Chicago Raiders. I'm going Chicago. I do not trust this Raiders team at all.
Yeah.
Look, the Raiders defense has had a couple of weird little moments, but they also just got fucking eaten up this week. So, yeah, let's go the Bears. Green Bay, Dallas, Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a ripper. Did you know that Micah Parsons used to be on the Dallas Cowboys?
I did not know that, Jim. Did he get traded for 3/5 of fuck all?
He's actually now on Green Bay. That's just used to be on Dallas. And they're
storylines right themselves.
They're playing against each other this week. You're probably not going to hear it mentioned once during the game. Probably.
No. The questionable decisions of Jerry Jones. Who knows?
We have both gone Green Bay because I think this is an absolute get-right game for its offense against Dallas on the road.
Now, Dallas can't stop shit, and Micah Parsons is going to tee off for about 7 sacks, and off you go.
Back her up. Jets, Dolphins, AFC East Monday Night Football doubleheader. You got this one, and then Cincy, Denver. You've got Miami against the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets. I think the Jets were at least competitive against, both were pretty good this week. I feel like I trust the Jets a little bit. Actually, no, I might have to go Miami. I think there's like a weird stat where they haven't won down there since like 2009.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Miami with you. Because Tua and stuff didn't look too bad. And it feels like this could be the absolute bottom falls out of the Jets after like a solid week kind of vibe, right?
Yep.
Maybe Miami. And then Cincy, Denver. You couldn't make this line high enough for me. Denver, 7.5 point favourites. We're both gone Denver. Cincy looked horrible, so back her up.
Only 4 different this week. Oh, that's a reasonable amount.
So there we go. You are leading by 6 so far this season already after 3 weeks. It's not great, but hey, at least I'm doing great in Supercoach. All right, that's episode 129 of NFL Straya in the bag. In the meantime, make sure you're following us on Facey, Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff. Jim Does Supercoach pops off on there as well. It's got its own feed for the podcast and also, Instagram and Facey. Go check it all out. Rate, review, star, all that stuff on your Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. Well, what is it? Google Music? No, Apple YouTube Music. There you go. Nailed it. Spotify, whatever app you're using on the Android phone. Rate, review, star, all that good gear. Cheers to House Hats for the intro and outro song. They rule. Get around. Jim Does Supercoach. NBA Straya back really, really soon. Gaz, you got any plugs?
cheesesteak chip tipping, as we always say. Could someone please fucking knock Jez off? His wife, his fucking family is reaching out to me and saying he's gonna be 98% cheesesteak before the end of the fucking.
He's more cheesesteak now than man. Amazing.
We got to knock him off. So everyone jump on cheesesteak tipping. Also, it came up last week, but Catfish are now doing the games live on Fridays. Get your, knock off. Get your boss to take you, or be the boss and take your staff to fucking Catfish
Friday
for
lunch.
a couple of fucking pints and a cheesesteak, and then you can watch the game.
Love it. Absolutely love that. Yeah, because I got to get down there. What is it? It's a big week for you, Gaz, because it's something like the AFL Grand Final, I think. Is
AFL Grand Final. You remember that? That's something that you guys played in like the 80s.
In the 90s, yeah.
90s, yeah.
Pretty great.
Geelong's AFL Grand Final. It's going to be a big-ass fucking weekend. We've got a gig on that Jim and I are going to from a legendary old punk hardcore band. Melodic hardcore band called Away From Now, and Horsell Common playing at Say Gold. Not that anyone who listens to this will give two shits, but it's going to be a cracking night for old people who used to go to the art house.
A lot of bald dudes and dudes with beards. It's going to be
that's
that. I'll be there. So it's Thursday night. Stay Gold. Can't wait. Should be a cracker. So big weekend ahead. I can't wait, actually. So, yeah. All right.
Epic.
Good stuff. There you go. That's it. Week 3 is done. Week 4 coming up. We will catch you next week, you dickheads.
Laters.
Later, hosen.